ॐ तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जना. Performance of Durga Puja by Swami Vivekananda, a virtual tour. After Sri Ramakrishna passed away, Durga worship used to take place at the dilapidated Baranagar Mutt. Of course, the worship used to be performed in a consecrated pitcher and not idols. With the young Shashi Maharaj, later Swami Ramakrishna Nanda, being the chief Purohit for most of the times. However, the first Durga Puja at Belur Mutt was due to concurrence of Swami Vivekananda and Swami Brahmananda's incidental visions. Swami Vivekananda had introduced for the first time in Belur Mutt the worship of Mother Durga in image. That was in October 1901. In the balmy autumn air of that year, the fields were lush green with paddy stalks waving their leaden heads, and lotuses, jasmines, and tuberoses were rendering the air fragrant and heavenly. The autumn festival was being held for the first time in that monastery, which was consecrated only 3 years before. That was the first Durga Puja in image at Belur Mutt. Many Orthodox Pandits and Brahmins of the neighboring places used to criticize Swami Vivekananda and the other monks of Belur Mutt for their innovating and liberal ideas, their modes of work, and especially their non-observance of customs regarding caste and food. Even these bigoted people who considered themselves custodians of Hinduism gave up their animosity and attended the puja. They became convinced that the monks of Ramakrishna order were truly Sanatan Sannyasins. According to Sharat Chandra Chakravarti, Swami Vivekananda's main purpose in conducting this Durga Puja was to remove all unsavory doubts and skepticism from the minds of the Orthodox. Swami Vivekananda had not seen Durga Puja for a decade. He intended to see it that year, which eventually was to be his last too. The decision to celebrate Durga Puja in image at the Belur Mutt in 1901 was his own. He had cherished this idea since several months before. He asked Sharad Babu to bring the book Raghunandana Smriti, which deals in detail with the ceremonial forms of the worship of various gods and goddesses. Swami Vivekananda read the book thoroughly. On being questioned, Swami Vivekananda said to his disciple Sharad Babu, "This time, I have a desire to celebrate Durga Puja. If the expenses are forthcoming, I shall worship the Mahamaya." But Swami Vivekananda did not speak of his intention to anybody till only a few days before the date of worship. 4 or 5 days before the Durga Puja, Swami Brahmananda was sitting in the mutt veranda facing the Ganges. He had a vision of Mother Durga coming over the Ganges from Dakshineshwar and stopping near the Bilva tree, now in front of Swami Vivekananda's memorial temple. Just then, Swami Vivekananda returned to Mutt from Kolkata and asked, "Where is Raja?" That is Swami Brahmananda. On meeting him, Swami Vivekananda told him, "This time make all arrangements for Durga Puja by bringing the Pratima," that is image, to the Mutt. Swami Brahmananda hesitated for a while, for there was very little time to make all the necessary arrangements. Then Swami Vivekananda disclosed the vision he had had. he had seen Mother Durga being worshipped in image at the mutt. Swami Brahmananda too then described his vision. These visions were greeted with great joy and cheer by the monks and brahmacharis of the mutt. Brahmachari Krishnalal, later Swami Dhirananda, a disciple of the Holy Mother Sri Sharada Devi, was sent to Kumartuli to see if any image could be procured. Fortunately, one image was available, for the person who had placed the order had not turned up to take delivery. Swami Vivekananda was informed about the same. Very soon, he and Swami Premananda went to the Holy Mother's residence at 16A Bospada Lane, Kolkata, and sought her permission to perform Durga Puja. The Holy Mother gladly consented. Swami Vivekananda then asked that the image be brought to the mutt. Soon the news spread all over the city, and the devotees joined with the monks to make the celebration a grand success. The image was brought from Kumartuli a day or two before Shashti, that was on October 18, 1901. Swami Abhayananda Bharat Maharaj gave the following information about the first Durga Puja at Belur Mutt. In the courtyard between the old shrine building and mutt building was erected a temporary pandal where the image was installed for worship. It was facing west. The pandal extended up to mango tree, which still stands in the courtyard, and the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna sat there. Swami Vivekananda felt it was imperative to have the Holy Mother's presence at Belur Mutt during the puja days. Along with her lady companions, the Holy Mother Sharada Devi came and stayed at the Nilambar Babu's garden house, which was rented for 1 month. Every day, the presence of Holy Mother and her lady companions in the pandal gave immense joy to everybody. In the presence of the living Durga, the Holy Mother, the image throbbed with life, and the whole atmosphere was surcharged with divine bliss. It is said that Swami Vivekananda himself worshipped the Holy Mother in Durga Mandap. All the devotees enjoyed the holy company of the direct disciples like Swami Vivekananda, Swami Brahmananda, Swami Premananda, Swami Adbhutananda, Swami Sharadananda, and others. The arrangements for the whole celebration were personally supervised by Swami Brahmananda. Brahmachari Krishnalal and Ishwar Chandra Chakravarti, father of Swami Ramakrishnananda, a devout Brahmin well versed in worship, were the worshippers and Tantradharaka respectively. The Sankalpa mantra was uttered in the name of the Holy Mother. For Swami Vivekananda declared, "We are all penniless beggars. The worship won't be done in our name." Moreover, sannyasins are debarred from performing Vedic and Puranika rituals. The worship is therefore performed by a brahmachari of the order. This custom is still being followed. On Shashti, that was on Friday, 18 October 1901, the rites connected with Adhivasa, Bodhana and Amantrana were performed under the Bilva tree, the spot in front of the place where Swami Vivekananda's temple now stands. The rite of the sacrifice of an animal was dropped on the advice of the Holy Mother. As a substitute, sugar and sweets were heaped on either side of Mother Durga. On the night of Shaptami, Swami Vivekananda had an attack of fever. So he could not join the worship the next morning, but he came down to the pandal at the time of Sandhi Puja and offered Pushpanjali 3 times. The Sandhi Puja began at 6:17 a.m. and ended at 7:05 a.m. on Sunday, 20th October 1901. On Ashtami, the Kumari Puja was performed. At Swami Vivekananda's request, Gauri Ma, a lady disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, made the necessary arrangements. Swami Vivekananda himself worshipped 9 little girls as Kumaris with asana, arghya, shakha, clothes, etc. He placed flowers at the feet of the Kumaris and offered sweets and dakshina in their hands. He then prostrated before them. One of the Kumaris was a very small girl, and Swami Vivekananda was so absorbed in the thought of the Divine Mother that when he put red sandal paste on her forehead, he exclaimed, "Ah, have I heard the third eye of the mother?" Sri Ramakrishna's nephew, Ramlal Dada's youngest daughter, Radharani, was one of the Kumaris. Why did Swami Vivekananda introduce the Kumari Puja as a part of Durga Puja celebration in Belur Math? The answer is to be found in Sri Ramakrishna's life. Though he established different relations with God in the course of his various sadhanas, the most abiding and the nearest to his heart was God as the Divine Mother. As he beheld nothing but God everywhere, it was the Divine Mother that he saw in everything and in everyone. He saw no distinction between the mother he worshipped in the temple, his own mother Chandramani Devi, and his divine consort, the Holy Mother. Sri Ramakrishna said, "Why do people worship virgins? All women are so many forms of the Divine Mother, but her manifestation is greatest in the pure-souled virgins. Haven't you observed the Kumari Puja? Why should you worship a girl who has all the physical limitations of a human being? It is because she is a form of the Divine Mother." Even at Kanyakumari in December 1892, Swami Vivekananda himself performed Kumari Puja and worshipped the little daughter of Sri Manmatha Bhattacharya. In August 1898, Swami Vivekananda worshipped a Muslim boatman's 4-year-old daughter as Uma, the Divine Mother, during his visit to Kashmir, along with some of his Western disciples. The Kumari Puja conducted at Belur Math has become a special attraction to the thousands and thousands that pour in the Math premises year after year to participate in the Durga Puja celebrations, to pray to the Divine Mother and to fill their lives with the Mother's grace. Every year, lakhs of people come to the Math to witness the worship of Mother Durga and also the Kumari Puja on Ashtami morning. Khichudi Prasada is distributed to all. On Navami night, Swami Vivekananda sang in the worship pandal a few songs to the Divine Mother, the songs which Sri Ramakrishna loved and himself sang on such occasions. One day, there was an open-air drama performance named Nala Damayanti. The drummers and the flute players played sweet music at intervals. On Vijayadashmi, that was on Tuesday, 22nd October, the image of Mother Durga was immersed in the Ganges. At the time of immersion, Swami Brahmananda danced like a boy. Swami Vivekananda and Swami Premananda watched from upstairs. At the end of the puja, Swami Vivekananda gave ₹25 as dakshina to the Tantradharaka through the Holy Mother. The Holy Mother was highly pleased with the way the puja was conducted and remarked, "Mother Durga will come here every year." She returned to her Kolkata residence after blessing the monks and brahmacharis. Swami Vivekananda's joy knew no bounds. On 12th November 1901, he wrote to Sister Nivedita, "Since the Durga Puja, I have been very ill and so could not reply to you earlier. We had a grand puja here of Durga, lasting nearly 4 days, but alas, I was down with fever all the times. We had a grand image and huge puja it was." On the same day, he wrote also to Sister Christine, "We brought a clay image of Mother Durga with 10 hands, standing with one foot on a lion, the other on a demon. Her 2 daughters, the goddess of wealth and the goddess of learning and music, on either sides on the lotuses. Beneath her 2 sons, the god of war and the god of wisdom." Thousands of people were entertained. A number of Orthodox Brahmins and Pandits of the nearby Bali, Belur, Uttarpada and Dakshineshwar were invited, and they all enthusiastically participated in the celebrations. One of the main items in this celebration was the feeding of the poor. The devotees had prasada in the northwestern portion of the courtyard, in the space between the existing jackfruit tree and Sri Ramakrishna's new temple. Everyone, without any discrimination, was warmly welcomed and entertained by the monks. The atmosphere of joy could be palpably felt at Belur Math during the puja days. However, from 1902 to 1911, the worship of Mother Durga was conducted not in an image but in a consecrated pitcher. A devotee promised to pay the expenses for Mother Durga's image, and hence from 1912 onwards, the Mother's worship in image was resumed. The tradition devotedly continues today. Om Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhrita Vigraham Vai Ishavatarang Parameshwamidhyam Tang Ramakrishnam Shirasha Namama.